eri ku ggulu,
purgatory, and hell.
ne geyeena.
These are the last things
Bino bye bintu ebisembayo
of life
eby'obulamu
as taught in our Catholic faith.
ebituyigiriza.
Many don't believe in purgatory,
bangi tebakkirizibwa
but we will not argue with them right
naye
now.
tetugenda kkaayana nabo kati.
What we are interested is
kye twetaaga kati
in his lifetime,
mu buno obudde
Padre Pio
nti Padre Pio
has a great We all know that life after death is unknown to us. However, there are some people who claim to have gone to heaven. We have one in Uganda who said he went to heaven. That's why you started kissing his shoes. There are some of those who said they have gone to hell, and they told us who was there, that they saw Michael Jackson inside there, and other artists. So if those stories are there in TikTok, and you love reading them even in Facebook and YouTube, I want to let you know those stories were not original. Even in the time of Padre Pio, give him a big and he already had an encounter with the afterlife. And the more we should believe him, because Padre Pio has been declared as a saint of the church. Padre Pio has great connection in the afterlife, as we say. In October 9, 1958, Pope Pius XII died. Our Pope Pius XII. I don't know how many of you were born 1958. You must be 67 years old right now. And Padre Pio, on that time, there were no emails. There were no phones as spread right now. But Padre Pio just declared to the brothers and said, Pius XII is in heaven today. I have seen him during the Mass. Give Padre Pio a big hand. And the brothers were surprised that how did Padre Pio know the death of the Pope ahead of everybody else? That is how saints have a great connection with people outside. Padre Pio has a spiritual son. His name was Gerald. He was crying because his mother died of cancer. And the cancer that was so painful that Mama died in so much pain. And so he went to the Blessed Sacrament and prayed for the soul of his mother. Lo and behold, he felt a hand touching his shoulder. And when he looked up, he saw a young brother with a beard. At that time, Padre Pio was still young. And Padre Pio said, calling his name that he doesn't even know who he is, Gerald, do not cry. Mama is in heaven and is praying for you right now. These are stories of saints. True or not true, it gave us a strong information and a strong inspiration that you and I, one day, we can also reach the heavenly place. Give yourself a big hand. In the Catholic Church, we also believe that not everybody goes straight to hell, because there is a middle way where we purify souls. In our tradition, we call that purgatory. But locals argue with us it is not in the Bible. I agree it is not. But not everything that is not written in the Bible is not true. We also have our tradition. And one time a pastor told me, but can you prove to me that not everything in the Bible that is not written cannot be true? I told him, Pastor, have you ever seen Jesus went for susu in the Bible? And why do you susu? We have traditions and we have common sense. I'm not here to teach about purgatory, but some terrifying experiences of Saint Padre Pio. In the time of Saint Padre Pio, he found a man appearing in the room in the convent of the brothers. And he was surprised to find this man sad, and in his clothes some smoke was coming out. Padre Pio realized it was an apparition of a soul from purgatory. And then the story goes, the soul spoke, I am Peter Di Mauro. I died September 18, 1908, in this particular room when there was fire. If you say mass for me between now and any time, I am going to heaven. Padre Pio was surprised. The man disappeared in front of his face. He went to the superior and said, can you check in our convent? Was there a fire in 1908? They went to the office. In those days there were no computer for database. They will go to every book, check every page, and they find 1908. One of the workers of the brothers was caught on fire, and his name was Peter Di Mauro. Padre Pio immediately said, give me permission to say mass. I'm not going to waste time. Padre Pio went and said the mass. And when he was raising the hosts, it stays there for 30 minutes. And he saw the soul at the door of the church, shining in glory, waving to him goodbye. You have no idea how many of your relatives who will be waving goodbye today because they are entering heaven from purgatory. Because this is your 8th day of novena to Saint Padre Pio. It was a terrifying story. If it is now, it could be a horror movie. A man speaking to the dead. But the souls in purgatory are not dead. They are souls that are in waiting to enter the land. Give it a big hand of the heavenly bliss. There is a Capuchin father who spoke about Padre Pio's story. His name is Father Anastasio. And this is a warning to everyone. One night Padre Pio was saying the rosary, and he saw that he was a brother, just like these two brothers here, who was cleaning the altar. It was already midnight. So Padre Pio came down and spoke to the brother. Say, do you know what time it is? Why are you cleaning at this time? When the brother spoke to Padre Pio, he saw his eyes were blazing red. And there is a smell of a sulfur that is burning. He realized it was a soul in purgatory. Padre Pio said, what do you want? He said, I was a novice in this convent and I died. But now I am in purgatory. Padre Pio said, why did you go to purgatory? Because every time I pass by the Blessed Sacrament, I always forget to genuflect or even to bow because I was lazy. How many are going to purgatory here? And the brother said, say a mass for me. And tell every brother never to forget to honor the Blessed Sacrament when they are passing, to genuflect or even to bow. Some of you are just passing by like you are ready to buy tomato on the other side of the road. People go to purgatory. Padre Pio said a mass, and to his surprise, when he was actually giving communion, he saw the brother kneeling in front of the Blessed Sacrament. Give him a big hand, he entered heaven. We have so many more stories. And this is actually the first time I've ever preached about hell and purgatory in a long time. But because this is the theme of the day, then Padre Pio have an encounter not only with a single soul, but also with many souls at one time. Never in any history of a saint have been recorded a single saint encountering many souls at a go. In 1944, at that time, the superior of the convent was named Father Raphael, and the assistant was Brother Gerard. They were surprised because there were people shouting at the door of the chapel, Viva Padre Pio, Viva Padre Pio. In English means long live Padre Pio, long live Padre Pio. And they were clapping. If it is in Uganda, they will do akalulu, they will make it, they make noise. So Padre Raphael was surprised and told Gerald, come, who are those people making noise? And they found, and he went down, opened the door, and found nobody. When he turned back, he saw Padre Pio leaving the church. He ran to Padre Pio. Say, Padre, who are those people? Padre Pio said, He looked on the right. He looked on the left. Did you hear them? Those were the soldiers who died at war yesterday. They prayed the act of contrition, and they asked me to pray for them. I prayed for them in the mass this morning. All of them entered heaven at once. Terrifying stories. Terrifying stories, but beautiful stories that can put your tears down. How many times you've been here and you forget to ask Padre Pio to intercede For your son who died. For your mother who struggled in Mulago Hospital. For your own little baby who died in ICU. Padre Pio can pray for an entire troop of soldiers. And they won the pearly gates of heaven. I am promising to you, when I lift the chalice today, when I lift the bread today, when I raise the body of Jesus, and I raise his blood, pray for those who pass away in your family. Viva Padre Pio, give him a big hand. They will enter heaven. And then the last one. Padre Pio has a particular devil that disturbs him. I don't know if the brothers can remember the name. I will introduce the name of Padre Pio's devil. He wrote it many times in his diary, and they hear him always speak about it. Everybody say Barbara Blue.
Barbara Blue.
Say it. Eh?
Barbara Blue.
Barbara, sorry. Huh? Say Barbara Blue. Yes, that is the name of the devil. Barbara Blue. When Padre Pio was upset, they will hear him say, "This is Barbara Blue disturbing me." Padre Pio had a constant fight with the devil. It is so terrifying that Barbara Blue will attack Padre Pio the night before, when a great sinner is going to come to confess his or her sins and return back to God. I will stop here for the interest of time. But whatever we summarize this reflection, the connection of Padre Pio to heaven, his connection to the souls in Purgatory, and his terrifying warfare against the devil. On the 23rd of this month, this Monday, after you finish your novena, I am promising to you deliverance from evil and deliverance from attack of witchcraft, witch doctors, and all kinds of edogo and all kinds of balogo and all kinds of curses that happens to you in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Let us bow our heads. I love you, Lord, for your mercy never fails us. In all the days of Padre Pio, you have held his hand. I dedicate this song to all those who have reached 8 days, because God has always been faithful to you. Padre Pio has been faithful to you, and this is the time. I will remember my father who passed away. You will remember your mother who is no more.
I love you, Lord.
Say how much you love him.
For your mercy never fails me all my days.
Do you remember
I've been held in your hand
when your brother was dying?
From the moment that I wake
he told you, sister,
till I lay my
remember me when you are praying.
Oh, I will sing.
Do you remember your grandmother when she took your hand before she died? And
all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so good.
And every breath that I am able,
oh, I will sing of the goodness
of God. Do you remember your parish priest who died? The archbishop who passed away?
You have led me through the fire.
Do you have a soldier relative who died in Congo? Do you have a little baby who passed away after a strong malaria, COVID-19?
Many
have died.
I've known you
Padre Pio led you on this 8th day of novena. Lay down their names. For today, they will enter heaven.
Oh, 'cause all my life,
And all my life
you have been faithful. You have been so faithful.
And all my life
you have been so good. So good.
And every breath that I am able, and I will sing. Let us all stand. Stand up for those who pass away. For the Lord will follow you wherever you go. The Lord will seek you wherever you find. The Lord is going to touch you no matter how you run away.
Your goodness is running up, it's running up. Your goodness is running up to me. Your goodness is running up, it's running up to me. All my life laid down to surrender now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running up, it's running up. Your goodness is running up to me. Your goodness is running up, it's running up to me. So my life
Eternal rest grant unto them, O Lord, and let your perpetual light shine upon them. May they rest in
all
peace.
my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing.
Let us give the Lord a big hand for the gift of Saint Padre Pio for connecting us to the life, after, to the souls in purgatory. Thank you, Padre Pio. Clap for those who died in your families.